Ozolins, who belongs to the Florida Panthers, was able to fly here last night. He looked stiff and it looked like his back was a little sore in warm-up. But when he gets his game going, he's a defenseman that we can term a rover. He can fly all over the ice. He can join the rush. If Latvia needs some goals, they can get it from this guy, the defenseman, and this will really add to their team, and they've already won a game in this tournament.
The pressure is really on Slovakia. They were a team expected to move out of this round and on. But if they do not win this game, they are probably not going anywhere.
Monday on Business Center, the road to Oscar Gold, paved by buzz and money on the eve of the Oscar.
The Olympics don't last very long, so must-win games can come very early, and that's the case for Slovakia. Latvia coming in with a 4-2 win over Austria, and it was Nahubas who put the win on in that game, and he starts again. And at the other end, Pavel Ryba, kind of a surprise, because again he starts. He's not supposedly the #1 goaltender. Our referee for today's game, Alf Rediger. We'll have Sergei Kulikov and Sergei Shelyinin, who are the linesmen for this game. We are underway. It'll be Slovakia in the blue. Score! First shot of the game. Welcome Joseph Stumpel to the Olympics.
In yesterday's game, Latvia gave up goals early. Stumpel uses a screen of Ozolins and beats the goaltender to the glove hand side. Stumpel was pulled into the Boston Bruins general manager's office, Mike O'Connell, and O'Connell said, you know what? We're going to let you go play in the Olympics. He lit up like a Christmas tree. Here he is, first shift, first shot, scores.
Omas on the left side, up and over, and it is a 1-0 lead. Joseph Stumpel, one of the additions that we showed you, playing Slovakia in this must-win game, and that didn't take long. At break at the other end, Barteshko, centering pass deflected away. Defenseman playing out in front, able to knock it away, and Latvia, they're going to have to stand up straight early in this one because Slovakia clearly has come out with a house of fire. Opsuit off the far side boards got hit, held in by Latvia. Latvia in white. Captain back in behind the net, lost it, played up onto the point. Skrastich was there. The shot just deflected in front. Opportunity to Vidovic, who's their leading scorer, who was down in front that time.
Nailed by Opsuit, and Slovakia looks like a different team early. They're very aggressive. They're taking the body. They're skating well.
11 seconds into the game, Stumpel gets his second all-time Olympic goal. Lintner and Wisnowski pick up the assist. Almost intercepted on a dangerous pass right through the top of the crease. Back on the attack, Barteshko. Barteshko had to take it away up the near side boards, but Ameris able to clear it out. They'll go back behind the net and start there. Tombias off the far side. Good pressure put on Slovakia. They do not clear the zone. That'll be whistled on the offside.
Well, that very first shift, the goal by Stumpel. Ozolins was the defenseman. This is his first shift of the tournament. He got caught standing still, screening the goaltender. So Slovakia needed something going, and they got it. Osboot, number 5. Whoa, baby. Aggressive in these deep, big corners. 15 feet wider is the ice surface. And that was a good way to take the body.
It'll be Joseph Stumpel back out who won that face-off back. 1-2-2 system used early by Latvia here as they sent one forechecker in this big ice surface. Keep in mind, it is 15 feet wider in Olympic play than you see in the National Hockey League. So defense, they drop back.
This Latvian team is an old Russian-style team. They play puck possession. They don't throw the puck and dump it in.
Andaleev's had the opportunity up ice. It'll be knocked away. Marian Hossa will get an opportunity for the blue Slovak team in this game. Hossa coming out from Ottawa.
Gary, that shot on Ryba, the goaltender Slovakia, he looked really nervous. He juggled the puck.
And behind the net, that is Hossa, number 81 in blue. Hossa doing battle, getting up off the ice. Pavlikovsky had fallen down, cleared back into the middle. Hossa chance, that got deflected by the defenseman. Marian Hossa's first opportunity. Latvia trying to change it up. Slovakia wants to as well. Hossa will dump it in, and they'll come over the boards. Played back in behind the net. Both teams waiting on the changes to be completed. Berluson's got it out. Down low in the corner, Peter Schmerk played it around the near side. Stepping up, Senis knocked it away. Couldn't hold it in, though, for Team White. Latvia will get it back at center ice. Sergei Senins sends it back in behind the net. Pavel Ryba, who had 16 shots on goal against him in the win. 14 saves that he picked up in the 3-0 shutout. Slovakia lost to Germany in that game. Obviously, the big upset so far. They wave off any icing. Lavic came back in behind the net, left it near side. Semyon Vas had it, lost it to the near side. Slovakia on the pickup with it. Barteshko waiting top of the circle, right there. Dished it off instead of taking the shot. And a save made on a good hard shot. Robert Petrovitsky.
Well, this Slovak team showing how badly they want this game. They have to win to move along in the tournament. Good glove hand save, as you see here, by Naumaus, who's a very close friend to Arturs Urbe, who would be the starting goaltender for this Latvian team. But Urbe won't be here till tomorrow. That was the shot by on the goaltender Rebar. He had a lot of trouble handling that puck. Looked a little awkward, looked a little nervous.
Urbe not the only goaltender that might have been playing for Latvia. As John said, he will play against Germany here on Tuesday. Peter Skudra, who plays with Vancouver, was another player that Latvia might have had, but Vancouver not willing to let him go. Nevertheless, they came away with a win in game 1. Remember, only 2 teams of the 8 who are playing in this preliminary round will move on in Olympic play. Far side, Pavlikovsky was over to get it. These European teams like to drop back into their own zone to start offense, but not that way, as that one got poke checked away and deep into the end. Here's Sheetney with it. Richard Sheetney, who's a very fine stick handler, just dumped that one in long. It'll be taken back in behind the net again. Provusis went back to get it. Loose at center. Defenseman 3 back in blue for Slovakia as they cover up on Dean. Get a turnover to Hossa. Hossa had it poke checked away, came back to get it. Sent it for Petrovitsky, but it was intercepted. 3-on-3 the other way. Up ice. Sorokins. That one intercepted near side, cleared up the boards by Richard Lintner, and through center. They'll wave off the icing again.
Big Josef Stumple looks sharp early. His line just finishing a shift. Remember, he has the goal. The center ice red line does not come into play for 2-line passes. There's no such thing in this form of international hockey. So you'll see a lot of long passing, Gary.
A lot of long passing, and they will hang guys back to try and get it up ice in a hurry. Barteshko off the near side. Left it back behind him on the drop pass that time for Pavel Dimitra. So you got Dimitra, Barteshko, Hossa, all have been a big part in this game early. And this is what we were talking about. You saw Latvia in white, a guy all the way back at the other blue line, waiting for that pass. That one's touched up, so there'll be no icing on this either.
When we first started playing against teams from the Soviet Union before they broke up their countries, we were not used to the long bomb pass up the middle as players. You're seeing it here again. This Latvian team is trying those long bomb passes. This is a team that averages 31 years of age and love the old Russian style of hockey.
Shitney had it on the far side, lost it. It's held in. Shitney looking to drop dead shot. That one wristed high. Good opportunity, Pavel Dimitra. Pressure put on for Dimitra in front. Knocked away defensively to the point. Save made. Shitney trying to jam it home, and there's no room.
Go for the goal. It's Brown. They're in our house, boys. Looking for a big game out there. It's a big one. You can go get them. Red, white, blue. 1, 2. Yep, get them all.
Chevrolet sponsors the 2002 U.S. Olympic team all year long. And it shows.
Hey, good job. All right, just zoom right in on Chelios. Yeah, oh, that's great.
Chevy, day in, day out, we'll be there.
There's going to be a whistle in a moment here, a delayed call. It's going to be coming up against Shiknia and extra skater out for Latvia into the corner. Still no whistle. Looking for that jam shot in front. It deflects away, and then the whistle blows. Alf Rabiger, the referee, making the call, and we'll get our first power play of the game.
It's a hooking call as the Latvian team was trying to move up ice. The hook was made, and Latvia will have the power play. This is a team that needs something here to tie it up. There's the hook right into the midsection on Belavatsky.
And here's the power play opportunity. First one we have had in this game. 6:17 was the time of the call. 6:29 into this first period. So an opportunity for Latvia to get that goal back. that Stumple put up. Power play chance. Near side open net. Score! It's 1-1. Vyacheslav Vandal.
Vandal scores. The key was Ozolinsh at the left point. A lazy neutral zone hooking penalty sets up the power play. That's Ozolinsh. Beautiful diagonal pass. There you see the goal scored. You know, this Latvian team has also, oh boy, he didn't exactly finish that where he should have finished it, did he? But he got it in. Vandal scores. It's 1-1 on the power play. Great pass by Ozolinsh.
Vandal gets his second goal of this Olympics. He had one in game one. Chance for a comeback. That one deflected and covered. What an opportunity for Lubos Barteshko as he went in on a backhand chance.
The Atlanta Thrasher player moved in with speed and real aggressive goaltending by Neumos. He used the goal stick to poke it away and find the puck before it slipped under him. Beautiful pass by Petrovicki. And there's the poke with the goal stick. Marvelous play to read it like that. Petrovicki's had a great shot that the goaltender caught, and there he set up the chance by Barteshko.
Goaltender's getting tested, and as you mentioned earlier, JD, Pavel Rybar in net, in blue for Slovakia. He misplayed that last goal that went in off the power play by wandering way out of the net. It just looks a little nervous at the start.
He really does, and it's interesting that he's even playing.
Ozolinsh got the assist, 6:39 on the power play goal. Vandal's picking up the power play. It's his second Olympic goal ever, and he's picked up 2 in the 2 games that he's played in here. Back the other way, Tom Davis trying to dump it back into the middle. That one deflected back to the top of the circle. And they are catching Slovakia running around a little bit right now. Latvia is. Dump back out to center. Latvia in blue. Want to make a line change here. They're not going to get it done right now.
They have an injured player.
And offside. Leading out late, the injured man.
Brown makes me feel powerful. Brown lets me be everywhere all at once. Brown software connects me to my suppliers. It connects me to my customers. Brown brings me my raw materials. Brown delivers my finished goods. I trust Brown. Other colors may be cute, but they don't call you back.
Making business more efficient. What can Brown do for you?
On the shot of Ozolinsh that went in wide, the rebound went all the way to the other end of the ice. Provosis came back to get it. We've got a 1-1 game here, and there goes the helmet on a stick up in the air. There was no call. That could easily have been a high sticking call.
That was Majeski, who's now going to get the puck with a big hit. Vito Lynch, number 20, a centerman, is on the bench and injured with a leg injury.
Out of base, chance, score! And both goaltenders look a little shaky. A blue line goal.
Gary, again, it was Ozolinsh who made the great play for the power play goal, but he has screened his goaltender twice for goals that have gone high to the catching glove side. Just look at him. Right up over the hand, top corner, good shot. But Ozolinsh either has to get out of the way or move closer to the shooter. The goaltender's having trouble seeing the puck coming past his body. It's now 2-1 Slovakia. The goaltender's out a long way. Just a great shot through the screen. 2-1 Slovakia.
Jan Padove, 6 years on the national team, picking up the goal and giving his team the 2-1 lead. Mercy, he gets his first of this Olympics. Played back second, rather, as the pressure's put on defensively here on the forecheck. Latvia able to move it out. No question again in this game, as was true against Germany, that Slovakia has the better of the individual talent. The question again is, are they going to be able to put it together as a team?
And will their goaltending hold up?
But will their goaltending hold up? Because once again, they're up against a club in Latvia that primarily is made up of Latvian league players who have an opportunity to work as a national team year after year. Off the near side wall, good scrum to get it back through center ice. Little hold up at center and Marian Hossa.
You know, you're right. This Latvian team, as we said, averages 31 years of age. So these guys have been, in fact, some of them are thinking of retiring after these Olympics.
You have a lot of guys who played 5, 6, 7 or more years together. 8:23. Padove gets the goal. Majewski picking up the assist.
Ozolinsh is on the ice again. He's been on for 2 against. He made the great play for the power play goal. He probably wondering what's hit him here.
Sandis Ozolic, and the pace of these games, as you'll note, it is fast. They have the face-off rule where you get 15 seconds after a stoppage. The puck is then dropped whether you're in the face-off dot or not. So these games tend to fly. Robert Petrovicki had it on the far side, left it at the point, poke checked away, and that creates the offside.
Boy, we catch our breath. There is the player, Vito Lynch, still injured. He was injured down way deep in the corner of the Slovakian zone.
He was the flag carrier for the country on the opening ceremonies, JD.
He's their captain. He's their heart and soul. Talking to Artur Zerbe today, the fine goaltender with the Carolina Hurricanes. He is so much of this Latvian team. He was saying that Vito Lynch is without a doubt the heart and soul of their team.
Boy, there's a big save down low on a turnover. Created right in front of the net. Majewski had the opportunity for Slovakia. Fine save by the 33-year-old netminder, who has given up a couple on the rising shots, has made a couple of nice saves on those that have been down along the ice. It'll be chased back. Ricard Pavlikoski back in his own end. They set up the 2-2 defense. Latvia was changing anyway, getting people on the ice. Sersic takes it back in behind the net.
Slovakia seeing a completely different style team. Yesterday, Germany got the lead and sat back with 4 guys across the blue line. Today, or tonight with this game, Latvia plays a completely different style. A little more aggressive. They trap deeper. They're more of a puck-handling team. Germany likes to throw it deep.
They want to open it up. Latvia does, and they're playing against a team, Slovakia, who would love to play that way, in fact. On the muscle in, Joseph Stumpel, who's got the goal, number 15 in blue, got tied up behind the net and had it taken away. Kirsch will move it out. Alexander Kirsch got it up to the blue line. There, Hossa just drives it back into his own zone to start from there. Petrovicki on the near side. Poke checked away from him. Batted still up in the air at center. Petrovicki had reached in. Hossa there will pick up the loose puck. Marian Hossa, 21 goals, 22 assists for Ottawa this year, playing at a +8. That will be held onto for the whistle. To the one, Slovakia.
Come on, boys. Breakfast is ready.
Good morning, Grandma.
Good morning, Timmy.
I'm Tommy.
Oh, sorry, Tommy. Now dig in. Your mom said to get a good, healthy breakfast. Where's that brother of yours, anyway?
I'll go get him. Hey, Tommy, let me out!
Introducing Minute Maid blends with new orange strawberry banana and orange cranberry. Flavors even kids can't resist.
I wonder if Tommy wants more juice.
Picks up the goal on a blast from the top of the left circle. Alexanders, Deševis, and Latvia's tied it again.
Guess who was in on the goal? Sandis Ozolic. He's been in on all 4. We're 2-2. Look at the moves. He'll curl over the blue line, drop it back for the slap shot. And the Slovakian goaltender had it go off the toe of his skate and underneath that part of his pad. Bad goal. Shouldn't be able to score from that far out. It skipped, maybe deflected, but still. We're tied at 2, and Ozolic is in on everything.
Deševis is an 8-year pro from Russia who puts that one home. Latvia, of course, before the Soviet Union broke up, was part of that union. They are playing in the Olympics for the first time in over 60 years.
Something. Here's another look at the goal. Does it get deflected? Is it a screen? No, he just blew it. The goaltender should have had that one. By the way, the person who scored the sevens, he's the Wayne Gretzky of their team. Real good puck handler. That time he showed he could shoot the puck.
We got a penalty right off the faceoff. 11:45. Deševis picks up the goal, his first in Olympic play. Ozolic picked up the assist. So Ozolic has got 2 assists and 2 screens so far in the game.
Majewski in the penalty box, and Latvia will go on the power play. They're second.
Well, we talk about Olympic shootouts. This could be one of them.
Oh, baby.
Before we get to an overtime.
And here's the power play specialist.
Sandis Ozolic.
That's why we called him maybe a rover. He's all over the place.
Chance and a save made. That will be hung on to. Andres Martinsons with the opportunity. And these goaltenders have really got to try and get it settled in here. Majewski at 12-10 on the holding the stick call.
Yeah, you'll see right in the corner here. He's got a hold of the stick, and the referee makes the good call.
And the power play opportunity. This is the second of the game. Latvia having to come back into their own end. Power play goal has already been scored by Latvia in this game. Vandals got the power play goal the first time around. They were 1 for 6, Latvia was, in their first game of the power play. They are 1 for 1 in this one. They'll set up 4 men down low, trying to move over to Vandals off the near side. Forwards have got to hustle back. Hossa, short-handed, ran it through the middle.
Hossa skating well. He missed the game for Ottawa 2 games ago with a bad knee.
Artensons will work in the high slot area. They can get somebody set up. The box set up by the 4-man short-handed unit of Slovakia. You can see Latvia is trying to move that puck and move that box. Force those men in blue to spread out a little bit here. They're not doing it, though. They're keeping that puck on the perimeter, and that's where you want it.
It's 15 feet wider ice surface. If you get caught out of position, you're in big trouble. If you go over to the boards, as a penalty killer, there's too much room in front of the net. So they stayed tight and quiet and got the job done.
Shot got blocked and deflected back, down to 34 seconds remaining on the power play for Latvia. Slovakia, in their first game, gave up 1 power play goal in 8 chances in the game that they lost 3-0. Back in behind the net. Peter Schmerk came back to get it, left it near side. Offsuit tried to clear it up, and off the dasher and out, never got anywhere near getting it out of the zone. Good break there. Cyprus is on the near side boards. Power play still underway. 10 left to go on it. Centering pass got deflected, and it will be cleared out this time. Back comes Pavel Dimitra. Dimitra of the St. Louis Blues. Barteshko in front, trying to set a straight up shot blocked. Penalty is over. We're back to 5-on-5. So 1 for 2 for Latvia on the power play in this game. Both teams trying to get their 5-man units back out there, and that's how the teams play in the Olympics, as they do in most of Europe. 5-man units. That rising shot was up and over. Ignatieff took it twice, actually. First one blocked, the second one he missed the net. Drop pass, roll back to center ice, and off the boards it'll be a 2-on-3 the other way. Now 3-on-3 near side, little opening shot, and a big save kicked away. Tom Davis had the opportunity, and that one got knocked down. Back out with it is Chikny again. He heads to the net. A lot of room in the high slot area. Oh, backhand chance on his knees, blocked. Penalty coming. Puck will come to center. Pavlikovsky had the opportunity. It'll be a extra man on the ice because Latvia is going to touch this puck before the penalty is called. They actually are supposed to control it. So a delay call here. Extra skater is out for Slovakia. Now it will be touched up for the whistle. Power play when we come back.
In a world of opportunity, how do you find a financial advisor who's right for you? Do you want one who works for the oldest company or the youngest? Do you want one with the fastest growing company or the most deeply rooted in tradition? Or do you simply want one who listens to you like you are the only investor in the world? Raymond James, you first.
Slovakia gets the power play opportunity. They went 0 for 4 in game 1. This is their first power play chance, and it'll look like an NHL opportunity here with the players they've got. Petroviski out there. Stumple, Hossa. Stumple has already got one of the goals up on the board. Littner playing one of the points. Stumple along the half wall. Now you see Latvia drop back into that box, trying to tighten it up. It'll be Hossa playing right at the top of the crease. Lintner will play here and on the near side. Blue takes the shot. Glove save. Held on.
Well, 2 goals to the high catching glove side. They tried to make it 3, but this time Naumos was able to hang on and force his face-off. The last face-off, Hossa for the Slovakian team, or Team Slovak, wasn't ready for the face-off with these quick face-offs. Here's another look at that high shot. Glove hand side. This time he's able to make the save.
Omov's got it. Opsu with it. Top of the circle. Chance save. That was down low. Rattled off one pad, then the other. And cleared.
That's a good low shot from the point. A chance of a rebound at least.
Yeah, that's right. Kicked out very deep. Power play's got a minute left to go. Game tied at 2-2. We've got a little under 4 minutes to go in the period. Barteshko sends it around the far side. Didn't have anybody over there, and that'll be cleared out of the zone by Cyprus.
Barteshko got nailed. Ignatieff really rode him hard into the corner.
We have seen some real strong checking going on in this preliminary round. Big blast. Pavel Dimitra, save made. That'll be kicked out again.
Well, Now, in the game yesterday, Latvia won. The goaltender, Naumos, let a couple of bad angle goals in and then just caught on with his game. He started to move out of the crease a little more and really got aggressive and got the job done. Will he do that again in this one?
Naumos is the goaltender in white, 33 years old. His first Olympics, however, and getting his second game in. Power play down to 5 seconds for Slovakia in blue. They got to hustle it up ice to get another chance. Littner moved it all the way into the corner. Down on the ice, power play over, and we are back to 5-on-5. 3 shots on that power play opportunity for Slovakia, but they do not score, and it remains a 2-2 game. Back to get it, Joseph Stumple, 8 goals, 33 assists with Boston, playing at a +18. That will be sent too far, and an icing call. There's the veteran goaltender we were talking about in white. And there's Joseph Stumple.
I think he's just thrilled to be here, and their team. Now again, you're allowed a 20-player roster for this preliminary round plus your goaltender, so they now have used 19 different players, hoping that they can win this game and then bring in Peter Bondra from the Washington Capitals, and he's a fantastic goal scorer. They feel they need goals.
Ziggy Palffy was here for Slovakia yesterday. They weren't going to play him. They fell behind. They played Palffy. They called and said, can we use him again for another game? And the answer was no.
Well, the promise was 1 game only. The fact was, though, he sat for half a game, only played 8 minutes. So Palffy was here, didn't play 1 game, he played a half.
So Palffy is gone. Brought it back up. Zippers had it poke checked away. Had Palffy played today, he would have played 5 games in 5 days.
Including tomorrow when Los Angeles plays Dallas, and Palffy, of course, belongs to the Los Angeles Kings. That's a lot of hockey, 5-5. Yep. And not healthy for the team that you belong to. He owes a lot to the Kings.
So he is not here. Miroslav Shatan, as we mentioned, is another not playing in this game. Hanzus yet another chance shot, just missed up and over the net. That was close. Alexander Kirsch breaking through the middle, found a little room, and there seems to be some room in that slot area against Slovakia that Latvia is taking advantage of. Hopsut will drop that one back. Slovakia back on the attack. Peter Schmerk clears it in. Bouncing puck, chased to the corner. Ignatiev came back to get it, lost it. Played by Dimitra. Dimitra got it in front. Barteshko falling down, batted it up in the air, and Latvia will move it out of the zone. Latvia back. 2-2 the score, less than 2 to go, and another penalty coming. Hooking call. Hooking call. Petrovisky's going to get it.
He doesn't look happy, but if he had the luxury of looking at a replay, he'd understand. I mean, the hook was right in there. He just pulled the Latvian player right backwards and down. Maybe he's saying, hey, not much of a hook, but it sure looked like the player went down hard. And now another power play for this Latvian team, who again goes with Ozolinsh on the point. Peter Stastny, the man on the right, really feels that his team tried yesterday. They played it at altitude. He has new players in again, and if they win this one, they can still find a way to force a 3-way tie at the top of this bracket, and then it's goals for and against. But you know what happened, Gary, yesterday? That empty net goal against may hurt them if it gets to that point where you're looking at goals for and against.
Yep.
If it becomes a 3-team tie at the top of the bracket.
You need to score goals if there's a tiebreaker that goes into play with 2 or more teams being tied. Goal differential matters, and then if it goes beyond that, total goals can matter. So you want to score all you can in these games. Littner in, chance held on to with 29 seconds left to go in this first period. Power play is underway, 3rd of the game.
Quick change again by this Slovak team, going with just the 3 lines. Latvia going with 4.
Why does he have a tape on the front there? He must be covering up an insignia of another team.
Of another team, and with the Olympic rules, you can't do that.
Good old masking tape, either at home or at work. It always comes in handy. As Red Green says, no man's a man without masking tape. That one dumped in off the right wing side. It'll get whistled on the offside call here.
Another player for Latvia has gone to the locker room is Krastic. About 5 minutes ago, he was turned on the bench and reaching down. He plays for Nashville. And I was wondering if he was just replacing a skate or had a skate or equipment problem, but he's gone to the locker room. It may be an equipment problem since it's so late in the period, but we'll have to find out.
Barteshko getting a chance here in the final 30 seconds and ripped that one wide. Lubov Barteshko. Here's a 4-on-3 the other way. Glove save held on to. as Slovakia in the final seconds gives up the odd man rush, and Alexander Kirsch with the opportunity.
This Latvia team, they don't mind shooting. Any opportunity they get, it's just going against the goaltender. Rebar, and why not? He's having a lot of problems here in the game. Nice little play by Kirch, and then Kirch will join the play right here and get the high shot headed for the crossbar.
Stumpel and Barnabé have picked up the goals for Slovakia. Fandus and Sheves have them for Latvia. There's nothing easy when you get to the Olympics. And these teams who are heavily favored like Slovakia are finding that out. 2-2. The shots are 10-7 in favor of Slovakia. This is called the East Center for entertainment. Woohoo, it is 2-2.
Weekdays, CNBC's new afternoon lineup. 1 to 3 p.m. Eastern, it's Power Lunch with Bill Griffith and Michelle Caruso-Cabrera. Then at 3 Eastern, Closing Bell with Maria Bartiromo. And at 4, Maria is joined by Tyler Matheson. 5 to 7 p.m. Eastern, it's Business Center with Ron Insana and Sue Herrera. Weekdays on CNBC.
Very tunnel vision, and you try to just erase the noise. I'm going to go out there and play my game, not theirs. It comes down to mental toughness and really the mindset, and not let anything get in your way.
NHL Center Ice from DirecTV. Catch up to 35 games a week, plus select first and second round Stanley Cup playoff games, all for just $109.
Another look at the spectacular Olympic cauldron atop Rice-Eccles Stadium on the campus of the University of Utah. We are about 7 miles away at the E-Center, where at the first intermission it's Latvia 2, Slovakia 2. Wildest period of hockey we've seen so far. And Bill Clement, the Slovaks came out with the expected sense of urgency, but couldn't fend the Latvians off.
Well, the story within the story very quickly became Sandis Ozoliņš. We know he's a high-wire act, and he was everywhere in the first period. We have some new technology, too. It's called Total View technology, and naturally, we're going to feature Sandis Ozoliņš in this because he was such a big part of the first period. 11 seconds in, looked like an innocent 3-on-3 with Slovakia attacking, and you can see that Latvia looked like they had pretty good coverage. If you look over to the right, coverage there, okay? Pretty good coverage. Look over to the other side, and Latvia even had double coverage on that man. So that left Stumpel against Ozoliņš one-on-one. No problem, right? Wrong. Naumov's perfect. He's in great position. But Ozoliņš ended up screening a little bit, and as Stumpel launched this rocket, you'll notice that Naumov's, when we go back to him, is even further out of his crease, cutting down the angle. But a perfect shot by Stumpel combined with the screen from Ozoliņš, and 11 seconds in, Slovakia was on the board. Now we'll show you Sandis Ozoliņš again. This was on a power play for Latvia, and you never want to double cover in front. Here's what happened. You've got one guy covering in front for Slovakia. You can see 2 Latvians there. The other defenseman makes a mistake and goes into a man-to-man mode. Here he is right here. He bunches in front, so you got a 2-on-2 in front. What that leaves is a giant seam for Sandis Ozoliņš to find his guy wide open on the other side. And Sandis Ozoliņš never misses offensively. Misses sometimes defensively, but never misses offensively. So Sandis Ozoliņš is worth the price of admission here in Salt Lake City because he's such a high-wire act. Yes, he'll leave you vulnerable defensively, but he'll get some back for you, too.
4-time National Hockey League All-Star, big figure in the game. And incidentally, surely you can hear the lively crowd at home. The Slovak fans are chanting, Slovensko do toho. It means Slovakia, go, go, go. Want to try it, Bill?
Sure.
We'll be back.
Clear.
NBC's coverage of the 19th Olympic Winter Games is brought to you by Chevy, the cars you can depend on, the cars that last. We'll be there. By Office Depot, what you need to know. And by the Principal Financial Group, we understand what you're working for.
Our views from above the 19th Olympic Winter Games are brought to you by Goodyear, which reminds you to take all of life's journeys on the wings of Goodyear. Welcome back to Hockey Central. Bill Clement just described to you moments ago Sandis Ozoliņš's pervasive presence in the first period of this game. The Florida Panthers player must have fun describing life in Miami to his friends in Riga. Let's see what he has to say about the game to our Darren Pang.
Sandis, an exciting period. You're on for 2 goals for, you're on for 2 goals against. A lot of offense, huh?
Yeah, I'm getting abused there. I mean, the players are telling me that they should start playing too. I mean, it's definitely wild game out there so far, and very exciting, very fast-paced.
It seems like you're starting to shoot the puck a little bit more as this period went on.
Well, we had a couple of power plays, and that we had control of the puck more, and I think that our goal in the power plays is just to shoot the puck and see what happens.
Good luck, B-boy. Thanks.
Thank you.
Slovakia is trying to revive its fortunes with a win here. Latvia, if it can beat Slovakia, sets itself up to play Germany Tuesday for a pass into the next round. The drama heightens. We come back right after these messages on CNBC.
This is a CNBC in-game.
One of the themes of the Salt Lake opening ceremony, fire on ice. Slovakia fired away for 2 slapshot goals in the first period, but couldn't thwart the icy resolve of the Latvians, who came back both times to tie. 2-2. We'll be back for the second period.
Latvia and the Slovaks are tied at 2-2, and the fans are having a heck of a good time. This is how we got there. Joseph Stumple, 11 seconds in. Fondos on a power play goal at 6:39. Pardave at 8:23 made it 2-1. Tied up at 11:45. And that's how we will start this second period, with a power play continuing. 56 seconds left on the Slovak penalty. Latvia with the advantage.
Latvia goes again with Ozolinsh on the point on the power play. That was a pretty good tool that the guys in the studio used.
Like that shot?
Yeah, that all that over the, I don't know what it was called. I can't remember, but it was pretty good.
When you were a goaltender, would have helped to have that kind of view, wouldn't it? Huh?
No, because
total view.
Total view, yeah.
You could see
no,
everything.
they would have seen too much of what we didn't do right. I didn't need that.
All right, we're underway here in the second period. 38 seconds left on the Latvia power play. Latvia in white. And they've got the puck in the offensive zone. Dump back in behind the net by Kirsch. We'll keep an eye here in front of the net. Nobody there. They don't set anybody up in this power play in front. Poke checked away. Short-handed opportunity at the other end. Hose has been out in the penalty killing unit. Brought it up ice, shut it down, and then just dumped it back in behind the net. And they've got 14 left to go in the opportunity for Latvia. Latvia looking at the 3-man defensive wall set up by the Slovaks. Intercepted. Short-handed Dimitra. Intercepted. Oh, if that had gone through, Sandis Ozolinsh back the other way. Ozolinsh made the intercept. Ozolinsh trying to set it up. Power play is over. And we are back to even strength 5-on-5. Ozolinsh bad pass. Opportunity at the other end. Pavel Dimitra. And Dimitra. Save made. Kick back in behind the net. Rebounded off the goaltender's stick. Sandis Ozolinsh is going to be involved in every goal and every play of this game. It was his pass that resulted in that chance.
But that was after he broke up the breakaway pass to Dimitra.
Yeah.
Went around the ice, gave it up to Dimitra. This time got the breakaway, but couldn't score.
Dimitra's hanging back at the blue line, in fact, but that one's going to be kicked back in behind the net. Pavel Ryba in net. For Slovakia, they must win this game to keep their hopes alive of moving beyond this preliminary round, and Dimitra brings it in offside.
Ozolinsh, oh, is this guy right to watch or what? Man alive. Billy Clement during the intermission called him a high wire act, and this is all in one play, folks. In his own zone, he reaches. Oh, this is as he got the puck, moves it across. This time, Dimitra slingshots right by him, and then a good save by the goaltender. Wow.
Oh, amazing. Back in, short-handed chance. What a save. Kicked out. Umas with an outstanding play as he was caught to the right side and came back on the short side post to knock it away.
Knee, number 42, tried to wrap around, and the left foot got there. So one goaltender of the two has settled in.
And both had rocky starts in that first period. Maevsky's pass intercepted, turned back up ice. Niceves, who's got one of the goals. Tsipras takes the chance, went wide, right through the top of the crease, rebounded all the way back. These boards have some real action on them. You'll note on some of the shots and passes that go off the boards that they rebound a long way. That one in the seats.
So we talk about goaltending. You're looking at Naumos. Same style as yesterday. Gave up 2 goals, then settled in. He's given up 2 goals in this game. And here's the wraparound try, and it looked like it was a slam dunk, but that left skate jammed up against the post. Look at the left side. There it is. He gets it there. I mean, I thought it was in, Gary. But he got the foot there the last second and made one huge save.
All right, JD. He almost had to draw that back from inside the net after it crossed the line. Slovakia with another chance off the intercept. Shot deflected up and into the seats. Darren Pang with us down at ice level. Darren.
Yeah, thanks very much, Gary. You guys were talking about Riga Latvian-born goaltender Artur Zerbe of the Carolina Hurricanes. There is no prouder athlete from there than Artur's, and he was stung by the fact that he was only going to back up in Game 1. He will arrive tomorrow morning at 6:40 so that he can practice. The thing about Artur Zerbe is he took care of the Latvian team, fellas. He bought 6 cell phones to make sure the management team could afford to have that, had them set up, and flown in from Carolina to help out with their cause, and yet he did not play Game 1.
May not play at all.
Yeah, he's coming tomorrow morning, though, and he wants to be here to be able to practice with the team. He purchased a lot of tape for them, all kinds of things. You'll never find a more patriotic person in the world than Artur Zerbe regarding his country of Latvia.
And Zerbe hoping Latvia obviously can get one here. Marian Hossa on the Ottawa Senators picks that one up and moves it back to the red line. Tried to dump it in. Pretty good shot put on over there.
Baby.
Semyonov's put that hit on. Injured player. Lettner able to get up off the ice. The player got squashed over there and got back on the bench. He's got a little headache going right now, I think.
Yes, he got banged right up along the boards. Shoved backwards. Oh, the forearm was right into the jaw. Was that this? Zivis who caught him, I think, with the forearm right to the jaw.
Pretty good hit. Skrastic is back in the game, by the way. We kept an eye on him out of Nashville. He did come back. Dimitra's chance, and that's going to be deflected to the far side corner. Pavel Dimitra was open, and he used the defenseman as a screen. Swung back deep behind the net. Petrovisky, Dimitra, they've been working together on this line. Schmerk will have to play that one back. The pass ended up coming outside the blue line. Here in Game 2, each of these teams involved in the round robin. There are 8 up ice on side. Blasted wide. Golovsky's had the opportunity and nobody was on him, but he didn't get the shot on net. That one redirected back to the far side corner. Skrastic was the man. He takes it back in behind the net. Skrastic looking to center. They're dropping everybody down low. Shot the deflected save into the corner. That was Alexander Skirsh, who had the opportunity. The defenseman of Latvia moving in and playing some offense. Dimitra triple squeezed on that one as he tried to move through. Lavic moved it out. They are trying to open up at center. Cyprus chance. That deflected to the far side. Pavel Rybar getting tested here. The goaltender in blue. And Latvia holds it in again. Chance. Take it. Score! And again the goaltender screened.
Did you see some of that nice passing? That was a Picasso, man. That was beautiful. The person had the puck in the high slot. He moved it over to the boards. Watch this. Beautiful, beautiful shot here. Top corner, far side. Bachevsky through the screen of what would have been. He found some open ice as Rybar had dropped down. Gorgeous goal. You're going to see a goaltending change for the Slovaks. Stick side, 3-2 Latvia. The Slovak team fully understand they can't lose. So they now make a goaltending change.
Alexander Maciejewski puts that one home. The goaltender change. They'll take as long as they can get away with here. And this is the man we thought we would see anyway in this game.
Yeah, we were quite surprised that Rybar started. He did not have a strong game yesterday. I'll tell you, Gary, they had the puck in the high slot. Instead of a shot, he moved the puck back to the far side, to the boards almost, before Machevsky then was able to move in and score. It was a remarkable play. That's the old Russian style, making that extra pass that you don't think will be made.
And the pressure continues to mount for Slovakia. The team in blue, Marian Hossa, shot that one wide. No warm-up for the goaltenders who come in during the game. So Jan Lasik, who plays with the Admirals in Milwaukee, is 7-13-2. Playing in the minor leagues in the States. He is now in net in blue for Slovakia. The goal coming at 5:02. Maciejewski, here's Hossa. Marian Hossa scores!
That's that long pass. You're allowed to make the long pass past the center ice red line. Watch this gorgeous pass by Stumple. Man, I was all the way almost to the blue line, and did he make it look easy. Soon as the goaltender reached with his stick, the puck was put right through the legs of Hossa. Here comes the poke check. There it is through the legs. Gary, when you reach as a goaltender with your stick, you can't move your feet. And Hossa just saw that, read it with an instant, and tied the game up at 3.
Omas giving up that one. 35 seconds was the time of the lead for Latvia. 35 seconds after they led 3-2. Marian Hossa ties it up at 3-3. Barteshko playing it in the corner. We are 6 minutes and a few seconds into this second period, and the goaltenders continue to be the ones getting pummeled here by these two teams. 5:37, Hossa's first Olympic goal, and Stumple picks up the assist. So Stumple's got a goal and an assist, and we're going to get a power play here on the penalty call.
A holding the stick penalty called for the second time in this game. Another look at the Hossa goal. See the goaltender reach. Man, it's hard to close the legs when you're reaching. He guessed it, the goaltender, Naumas, and Marian Hossa, a fine player with the Ottawa Senators of the NHL, who actually played last night. The previous game, he couldn't play because of a bad knee.
Power play opportunity. Slovakia will get the opportunity to get the lead in this game now as they've tied it up at 3-3. This is going to be their second power play of the game. They did not convert on the first. They did get 3 shots off the power play on that first chance. Petrovicki will be out there. Lintner setting a little pick. Stumple let it poke checked away. And short-handed. Latvia will just try and rag it back a little bit here. Finally dumping it in behind the net. So Slovakia on the power play. They're in blue. That's Lintner who took that check. We were looking at him on the bench. Obviously, he's all right. Right back out there. Petrovicki, Stumple up front with Marian Hossa. That'll be whistled as the puck was hit with a high stick, a stick above the shoulders.
And the Slovaks make a quick change. The 5-man unit they had on the ice has been out there together as a unit a lot, including Hossa, Stumple, and Pavlovsky. So they now make a change and come back with Petrovicki, their number 39, the centerman. Those are 2 high-quality centermen for the Slovaks.
Robert Peskovitsky won the draw. Dimitra working the near side blue line. Latvia stays back. Shot right through the legs, underneath. It pinballed, and there's the whistle. Now there's a save where it went right between the legs, pad to pad. If you were a pinball player, you'd be proud of that move, but as a goalie, you'd rather it not happen.
The only thing you could do as a goalie is not panic, and he didn't. He just slowly got the legs together. Man, 1, 2, 3, 4 deflections all the way in by the time the puck settled. Oh, this will be a good look. Oh, man, was that close.
He really likes to come out and cut the angles down, doesn't he?
He's a little more aggressive than he was early in games, and I think it becomes part of his game regarding confidence. He gets a little more confidence as the game moves along.
Omas, the 33-year-old netminder, out there in white for Latvia. Power play still underway here. 49 seconds and a penalty coming. And that may be on Latvia. It is. Coming up, a 2-man advantage.
After Dad's stroke, he had to go into a nursing home.
Well, it was okay. It was nearby.
Yeah, but it wasn't like home. After a couple of months, we could bring him here and take care of him. He likes it better here. Right, Dad?
Food's better.
Flexible benefits for ongoing care from Mutual of Omaha.
Social life is not much.
Helping families take care of one another for over 90 years.
5-on-3 power play for Slovakia in blue. A 2-man advantage. 32 seconds left on the first penalty. Wisnowski on top. Wide open chance. Blasted wide and rebounded all the way to center. That's Lintner who took it, and that's what you hate to have happen. You don't get it on net. You give the short-handed team a real break when you miss the net, because that puck comes all the way out of the zone. Wisnowski drops it. Hossa set up in front. Back to Wisnowski. Dimitra playing near side, wants it and got it. Back to Wisnowski. He was on the non-shooting side. Takes it and score! is with 1 second left on the first penalty. So the power play is going to continue.
And that will continue for 1:15. This is a wild game. 5-on-3. Wisniewski just lets it rip. Deflected in front with big Josef Stumpel standing there, number 15, the Boston Bruins centerman. Good low shot. Past the goaltender now, Umos, and it's 4-3 Slovakia.
That is a power play on a 2-man advantage. We'll wait for the official call. Wisniewski, the shots, it clearly went off somebody. And if it was Stumpel, obviously, he'll get credit for the goal. Now the power play continues for another 1:14. They are crediting Wisniewski with the goal for the moment at 8:13. Power play, though, is now a 5-on-4. What a break right there for Slovakia to get that with 1 second left on the original penalty. Chased in the corner. Semyonovs couldn't get it out. Blasted a save off Dimitra. Read well by the goaltender who moved right to left on that one. The Omas facing a lot of tough shots here on these power play opportunities. Near side, Dimitra ran it up the wall. Oops, could not hold it in.
Yeah, we talked earlier about when you get your penalty killers over on the boards, you're in trouble. Now all 4 of the penalty killers for Latvia were on the right side, and Dimitra just waited by himself, and it took the goaltender to make a good save, or it would have been another power play goal.
Slovakia leading it now by a score of 4-3. Their power play still underway with 20 seconds left. Dimitra got the assist on the Wisniewski goal. Wisniewski's first Olympic goal ever. Dimitra's another chance. Waits, takes it, missed the net. Rebound. Petroniski couldn't get the shot. It hit the side of the net. Yeah, they're holding up for a celebration, but there's no goal.
And there's a scrum. Oh, baby. The referee said no goal.
If you get into a fight in Olympic play, you are gone.
They said no goal. There is video replay. They may be able to tell from the overhead view. The linesmen do a good job here. There will be some calls. Peter Smrek, I think, who's headed to the bench, will go, along with Bolavsky, number 9. He's the Igor Larionov of this Latvian team, an older player who's highly skilled and been around for a long time. Dimitra's shot wide. This puck never got to the front of the net. Now it does. Was it in? The referee was on the left side near the goal line and in perfect position. I think he may have been shoved in late, Gary, the goaltender who's on top of the puck. Here's the overhead view. You can't see if it's in or not. The referee says no, and then he got shoved into the net. And they are saying no goal. So it remains a 4-3 lead for Slovakia. 8 seconds to go on the power play. That's Kurt Lidstrom, the coach, who's from Sweden, of this Latvian team. He's 61 years of age. He's been coaching 40 years. He's coached in 5 different countries.
That's called experience.
That's the Roger Nielsen.
That is. Power play is over. Slovakia got 1 on the 2-man advantage, and they lead at 4-3. So Latvia's got it back to a 5-on-5. They send it back. That's a common play right there. You dump it back to your goaltender, and then he starts to move up ice, but not when he's got different colors in front of him.
The go-ahead goal, we didn't know if Stumpel deflected it or Wisniewski got it. He takes the point shot. What does it hit? There's the ankle of the Latvia defenseman. That was Ignatius, and it went off of him.
Ignatius was standing in front and redirected that thing. May have gone in anyway, but that certainly helped the cause. Partavay brought it all the way up from behind the net. Partavay takes a beating over there for doing so. Verbunsis was all over him. Slovakia is all over here as they are really getting some chances. Slovakia keeping it out in front of the net. They're getting high percentage shots. They're out shooting Latvia 19-10 right now and have the 4-3 lead in this must-win game for Slovakia in blue.
Shots are just really becoming quality shots by the Slovak team, and I thought they might be depressed after Germany won the game.
Looks like it fired them up
this afternoon. Yeah, I thought with Germany winning their game over Austria, making them 2-0 in the pool in this division, that they may go, oh, and just slump a little. Instead, they've come out and really worked.
Maybe the addition of the players who did not play in that game has helped that cause, like Hossa.
And Dimitra looks very good, too, as does Stumpel.
Yep, Stumpel's played a strong game. matching minor penalties, by the way, so there's no power play opportunity coming off the unsportsmanlike calls. Dimitra and Balavis picked up the penalties. Wisnowski down the middle actually got a little backhanded shot off, but it went wide of the net. Latvia and White able to clear it up the near side. They're having trouble now making any offensive moves. Stumple trying to pick it up, able to poke check it away. Good play by Stumple to free it up. Shot goes back in behind the net. Robert Petroviski wearing the C out there in blue. And both teams will use the opportunity to change. 11:20 into period number 2. Second game for each of these teams. Slovakia got it offside. Whistled. We'll be right back.
You think you're so big, but you're not that big. You're not even that tall. What, 9,000 feet? You probably got pushed around by the other mountains on the playground when you were in mountain school. After today, you're gonna want to run home to your mama, who's a little hill somewhere, and your daddy, a pile of rocks. What's that I hear? Are you afraid?
Whatever it takes for the athletes to win, all it takes for you is Visa, the only card accepted at the Olympic Winter Games.
Latvia wins the face-off, starts it up ice, deflected away again. Petroviski moves it into the zone. That got poke checked away. 2-on-2 the other way with it. Vandus has got a goal number 8, the trailer on this. Taken deep behind the net, can't do anything with it. Kirst just played it up the near side boards. They'll start back behind the net. Nope, that's not going to work either. Lasic clears around the other way. Jan Lasic, who's come into play. Pavel Rybar out of the game. Slovakia now with the lead and the new goaltender. Point shot taken and a save made.
Another power play coming up for the Slovaks. Remember the player that had the puck go off his leg and in the net, the go-ahead goal? That's him. And he just went over and threw a big high hit. He's gone to the penalty box. It's high sticking or elbowing. So the Slovaks have a chance to take a 2-goal lead here.
The strategy that was not carried out in the first game.
You know what I think has happened? I think Vito Lynch, number 20, the captain for Latvia, is gone with a leg injury. He's the heart and soul of the team, and I think it's affected their psyche. I really do. The Slovaks have taken over since he got injured.
Now a very big chance here in this power play to get a 2-goal lead. It's their 4th power play of the game. They have 1 power play goal. Penalty is, in fact, an elbowing call. And the shorthanded Tsipras moves it in. Deflected towards the middle. Not far enough to do much with it. Stumple out on the power play. Joseph Stumple moves it up. Petroviski on his right. Stumple will try and set it up in the middle. Wisnowski working at the top on the power play. A 1-2-2 power play. The umbrella. Wisnowski shot wide. Sometimes I think these wide shots are intentional because the boards have such live action. The rebound comes right out front of the net.
Plus, if you're going to take a shot and there's a man in the shooting lane, miss him.
Yeah.
So shoot it a little bit wide and hope for the rebound off the backboard.
Seen a lot of that take place here in this period. Petroviski gets tied up and held onto it long enough to keep it in. Marian Hossa in the corner. Hossa will have to play it behind the net. Nobody in front on the power play. Set up by Slovakia. Now Petroviski will move into that slot area and get down low with it as they try and move that box back towards the goaltender. Hossa got it out in front. Score! Petroviski right there. Beautiful tip.
Was that a pass? Oh, baby. A lot of Slovaks in the crowd, and they celebrate. Hossa's pass wasn't on his stick blade for more than a split second. Right now, off the stick blade in front, top corner by Petroviski. That's how you score a power play goal. Watch the release of this second pass right there. Beautiful. Oh, what a gorgeous play. Top corner, 5-3 in favor of the Slovaks. They've scored 2 power play goals here in the second. And Latvia, their psyche, you could sense, has drooped a little bit.
Petroviski getting the goal. That's called tic-tac goal right there. It only takes about 1 second for all of that to occur. And the 2-goal lead is on the board. They get it on their 21st shot of the game. They've now doubled the shots against Latvia, 21-10, as Slovakia trying to get their first win here in game 2.
Shots 11-3 here in the second period for the Latvians. Of course, some of that on the power play, but they're controlling the tempo of everything. Here's a penalty.
That's a bad penalty, and it'll be touched here by the man who's going to get the penalty. Chudny picks it up in the corner, and he's going to go for 2.
That's the second penalty he's taken in this game. He reached out with a stick in the neutral zone. Kurtz, as you see, had the stick between his legs and went right up over off the diving board. So Latvia needs something here. You know, their player we were talking about, their captain, gone with the injury, Vidulic, he's a third-generation player for Latvia. His grandfather actually went to the Russian part of the Soviet Union and taught them how to play hockey. That's how much hockey is in their family, and he's now gone with the injury that has to really hurt them.
Lost their captain, their man who carried the flag in for Latvia at the opening ceremonies. And now you got to dig down, find some room here, find somebody else. And a goal right here to get it back to 1 would be very important at this part of the game. Latvia in white on the power play unit. Ozolic on top. That one went wide. Played in the corner. Ozolic will work on top again. Shot, save, rebound. There is one, but it came loose. Peter Smirk was there and clear.
Machevsky was near the net. He kicked the puck free. Remember this goaltender in net. Vlasic, he replaced Rebar. He hasn't had any work at all. That was the first shot he has seen. And he kicked it out.
He did. 4th power play opportunity of the game for Latvia. Good kick in to hold it in. Fonduls, who's got a goal, number 8 on the far side. Ozolic works the near side now as they try and free him up away from the puck. He's cutting to the net. Pass to him. Great save made. Jan Lasik, second save, and it came on Ozolic.
That was some save, considering he's off the bench. He hasn't seen any work, and he comes up huge. The coach has made a smart move, finally making the goaltending change.
Jan Lasik in net. He's had a very good year despite a record less than 500 with Milwaukee. He's had good goals against and save percentage. He's down on the ice. Lasik trying to get it back into the middle. Now trying to find his stick in net. He's got it. He was down on the ice, lost his stick, but through all of that, never got a shot. Chance off the blocker to the near side. 19 left on the advantage. Held in. Strastic back in behind the net. Dropped it off. Golovsky's left it up. Strastic's had it poke checked away. Stumple's got it. Short-handed. They move it out with 6 left. Slovakia with a short-handed chance. Hossa off the blocker. Stumple over together. Stumple.
Team Latvia went with 4 forwards in the power play. They had Van Duys, number 8, playing the point. It nearly worked for them, but you know they need goals badly.
Power play is over. They got 3 shots on that power play opportunity, but could not convert. Sorokins takes it back in behind the net. Under 4 minutes left to go. Second period. Slovakia up by 2, 5-3. At center ice, loose off the far side wall and just tagged in by Partave. Played in behind the net. A couple of forecheckers up here, putting the heat on Latvia. Ignatiev cleared it into the middle. Goes by everybody, and an icing call. If it crosses the line, no, they wave it off. Had the arm up, then the officials decided no. Blast deflected in front with the save made. Ignatiev from the near side point shot blocked back to the middle. Banging around the boards for it. Pavlikovsky, who blocked it, dug it out. Loose puck at center ice, chased down. Vatavars moved it up. Yanov's in the corner with it. Latvia would love to get one here in the final 3 minutes of this second period to make it a 1-goal game. Loose off the near side boards this time. Ozolic still out there. Ozolic poke checked away from him and into the middle. And Latvia was changing. Almost got caught in the change. They won't, though, as the puck got tied up at the blue line. Played back by Tsipras. Here's Tsipras. He'll move it in himself and head to the net. Down the middle. Still loose on the poke check. Shevyev, who picked up a goal, leaves it. Ozolic cutting, trying to get it on the stick. Did. Still loose side of the net, underneath the goaltender.
Our air is trying to tell us something. ADM believes that for every problem, nature has an answer. Ethanol, a cleaner burning fuel made from corn. It helps the air. It helps the farmers. And if we need more, we grow it. ADM, the nature of what's to come.
A 5-3 game. Slovakia on top. Slovakia with the puck. Marteshko dropped it into the middle. Poke checked into the corner. Velasquez able to deflect that pass. Slovakia able to hold it in, though. Down lower than Lubos Barteshko. Barteshko looking. Drops it back to Smirk on the point. He fell down 2-on-1 the other way. This is Latvia's big chance. 2-on-1. Pierce up. Looking. Waiting. Dropped it. Shot. And a deflection by the defense. defenseman.
That was by Smrek, who gave the puck away to start the play.
Here's a 3-on-1 the other way. Dimitra scores! Pavel Dimitra!
He's phoning home. It's a long-distance call, isn't it? You know, the old Soviet style is hold on to the puck, make the perfect play. The Latvians tried it with a 2-on-1 and waited. Smrek had trouble with the puck. Now watch the 2-on-1 develop. Wait. Kurtz waits. Now Smrek is back, blocks the shot. Down goes the Slovaks. Dimitra will get the goal as he turns and fires top corner. That's the way you finish. And the St. Louis Blue has his team up by 3. It could have been a tighter game had the 2-on-1 worked for Latvia, but it didn't. They never even got the shot.
Big chance. And Alexander Kirsch, the man who held on to that puck and held on to it, is one of their fine star players. Lintner just fanned on it as the puck stuck behind him on that chance. Minute 15 left to go here in the second period. 4 unanswered goals have been scored by Slovakia to take the 6-3 lead, all coming after the goaltender change. Centering pass just deflected wide. Pavlikovsky had net to shoot at, but a defenseman able to bump it away from him. Cyprus types that one into the side of the net. And Jan Lasik in net has made a couple of big saves, and the offense has come alive for Slovakia since he came into this game.
Well, Slovakia had it in their mind that the big game for them in this prelim round was against Latvia. They didn't pay enough attention to Germany, and Germany knocked them off.
Dimitra's goal at 18:20. Petrovisky picked up the assist. Petrovisky got the goal at 13:20. Dimitra, Petrovisky, Wisnowski, and Hossa all picking up their first Olympic goals of this Olympics.
Remember Kurtz, who held onto the puck and held onto the puck. I'm looking at my notes. It said he likes to hold onto the puck.
Hey, you're right.
He followed his game, didn't he?
And wishes he hadn't, I think.
Oh, gosh.
Masayevsky waiting out in front. No return pass to him. Centered with D. Cutting score! A huge goal for Latvia. Masayevsky makes it 6-4.
4 seconds left in the second period. It gives them some hope. Everybody rushed down the ice for the team in white, Latvia. They knew the clock was going to expire, so why not? Head to the net and see what happens. That's what happens, right through the legs. And this Latvian team gets a big goal. They're only down by 2 with a third period ahead.
That's 2 goals in the period for him, JD. Masayevsky picked the one up at 5:02 for Latvia that started the second, and he gets the one at 19:56, which will finish the period. So 10 goals combined for these two teams. Lasik finally coming in as the replacement goaltender, even though he's supposed to be their starter. Sandis Ozolic, who had an opportunity. Lasik came up with a very important save on that one. The goal, 1956. Ozolic an assist. Masayevsky picked up the goal just to make it interesting. We will go to the third period. Slovakia 6 and Latvia 4.
Weekdays, CNBC's new
in downtown Salt Lake City on another gorgeous night in the Salt Lake Valley. Day 3 of the 19th Olympic Winter Games, day 2 of preliminary hockey, and the wildest period we've seen so far. What an explosion. 6 goals scored there in the period. Bill, before the game, you talked to me about the need for Slovakia to play with a sense of controlled desperation. And if ever we've seen that, it was there in that second period.
They've done that so far, Jim, but I think it was a move that their coach Jan Filch made by pulling the goalie rebar and putting in Lasik that really shook these guys, woke them up, and got them started.
And then after that, they tied the score at 3-3, exploded to go up 6-3, and now the final goal by Latvia sets up a fascinating third period with Slovakia playing with a short bench.
Well, Slovakia is playing with a really short bench, and that really means that they're going to have to play smart with the lead. But every time Latvia has gotten close to them, Slovakia now has been able to torque it up. We'll see if they've got enough energy to torque it up again in the third if Latvia gets close.
Talked about all the National Hockey League players available to Slovakia. The talent showed up in that period, didn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, same number of NHLers in the lineup tonight, but a different result, different cast. 4 goals and 4 assists for the NHLers.
Brilliant stuff. How could you not be a hockey fan? One of the Slovakian stars not available to the team yesterday is St. Louis Blues forward Pavel Demitra. Arrived today, the two-time National Hockey League All-Star did. He's got a goal and an assist in this wild game. He's with Darren Pang. Let's hear from him.
Pavel Demitra, this looks more like an all-star game. I know you're desperate for offense, but that's a whole bunch out there.
I know, this is like a very exciting game for me. Like I never played something like that, and you know, so far we're playing great game, and that was a tough goal. You know, last for second in the game, second period, and you know, we just have to focus more on defense. Since you made the goaltending change, though, your team really rebounded from that. Oh, for sure. You know, we got a great team here, and everybody just working so hard, and you know, it's always nice to play for my country and see guys working that hard. Goals for, goals against. You got to score a lot more goals than you give up, partner. Oh, for sure. Like, you know, I got a couple of chances, and Robert Petrovic make a great pass to me, and I got empty net. But you know, I got like another 4 goals. But I hope so. We're just gonna work hard, play good defense, and we're gonna win the game. Pavel, thank you. Thank you.
Olympic debut for Demitra. He's made an impact on the game after arriving today, as has Marian Hossa of the Ottawa Senators, another late arrival. They've had a different character today, Bill.
They really have, and in the third period, Pavel Demitra has got to be a leader. He's got to be a defensive leader. That does not come naturally to Demitra. The other thing that Slovakia has to do is manage their bench very well. They've only got 3 units of 5 players. Third period, remember, there are no television timeouts, so your big guns can't rest. You've got to play everybody. It'll be interesting to see how Jan Filch manages the Slovakian bench in the third period.
Indeed it will be, as we're at 4,400 feet of altitude, and the opposing team, Latvia, has 4 more skaters on which to call than Slovakia. We'll see if the difference in depth makes a critical difference as Latvia tries to come back in period 3 here at the E-Center.
First set.
Critical third period coming up. Can the short-benched Slovaks keep up the momentum? Can the Latvians counterpunch yet again? One team will stay in contention to move on.
Gary Thorne, John Davidson back with you. In the last game when Slovaks lost to Germany 3-0, the fans were cheering, please score a goal. Well, they scored 6 of them here. Here's the scoring summary in that second period as they piled them up. 5:02, 5:37, and the power play goal, Wisnowski, to make it 4-3. The Slovaks going on top, and then they just kind of ran it up. 5-3, 6-3, and then a very big goal at 19:56. And it all happened after Rebar on the left came out as the starter, and Lassick came on. All those goals came for him. We are underway here in the third period. And for the Slovaks, this is a must-win game. They are in blue. They've got the 2-goal lead to start the third period. Latvia in white. They get the next one. It's going to be real interesting, and had a chance on that one. Ozelinch along the near side boards. Ozelinch was able to hold that one in. 5-on-5 here to start this third period. Taken by Kursk. Got it around the far side. Couldn't be held in. Pribusas will have to chase it down, and that's going to be whistled. Injury update. Darren Pang. Darren.
Thanks, Gary. Number 20 for Team Latvia, Haris Vitolich, will not return. I was told by a Latvian official that he has injured his right knee and will not return for this third period, fellas.
Well, that really hurts. Man, a one-time drafted by the Montreal Canadiens. His dad played on the Latvian national team. Again, we mentioned Heart and Soul, who plays in Switzerland. Gone from the rest of this one. That's a real blow to Latvia.
Pavel Demitra had it on the far side. He'll have to chase it down again. Demitra in blue, 38. Trying to clear it out. Latvia gets a chance on the intercept. Demitra was able to tie his man up from behind. No shot ever got taken. Move back into the middle. Trailer. Petrovisky got it off. Lateshko's shot. That was hit by a defenseman's stick into the corner, and it'll roll back out to center.
Good block by Skrastinch, who had left late in the first period, but has been back for the second and here in the third.
Off to Demitra, onside. Petrovisky cutting, couldn't get a tip as the save was made. Humovs has been in net throughout the game, in white for Latvia. He has faced 24 shots, 24-16 the shots. Slovaks have the advantage. Drop back onto the point, had a chance there. Ignatyevs.
I love the way
the corner.
I just love the way these guys pass the puck. It's wild, isn't it? I think, Gary, this may be the last time you'll see a team from the Soviet bloc that plays the old Soviet style of puck possession. Upright skaters, the extra 2 or 3 passes before the shots, not dumping the puck in and recovering. The best team we ever saw regarding that was the Soviet Red Army team with Igor Larionov, the centerman, and Fetisov, and all those guys. I don't think you're going to see another team along the way do this anymore. These are a lot of older players. It's fun to watch, but it may be the end of the line for that style of hockey.
Older players who came up in the Russian system, of course, because that's where they were playing before Latvia became independent. With the breakup of the Soviet Union, that's why this is only the second Olympics that Latvia has ever been in as a country. 1936 was the other one. Ignatieff off the near side. Into the corner, Latvia. That next goal in this game is so vitally important. Save made in front. It is still loose. Clipped to the sidewall. Semyonov's held it in. Semyonov's trying to dump it down that dasher. Intercepted and taken back in behind the net.
Ignatieff, number 3, loves to hit people. Pinched to keep the play alive and through the body. Strastic, remember we said block that last shot by Slovakia. He's gone to the locker room. That's the second time this game. He may be hurting.
So he's out of there as well. Fandus, who's got a goal, will move it in. Fandus takes it into the corner, ridden out of the play. Deflected out in front. Littner, the man who rode him off the play. Still loose at the side of the net. Boy, they're putting some hits on now. Fandus holds it in again as Latvia sending their defensemen down low to create some offense.
And Latvia is giving it their best shot here. They're not just sitting back. They know the importance of this period, down by 2 goals. You know, and with Latvia losing a centerman and a defenseman, that almost evens up the manpower regarding the 2 teams. It was 4 lines for Latvia, 3 for Slovakia in this game. It's almost even now
because of the
units.
Yeah, because of the injuries that have occurred in this game. Nisheves, who's got a goal, cleared it up. It'll be played back in behind the net. Yaroslav Obsut will wait there. Ozelinch has got 3 assists. A lot of multi-point players, obviously, when you get 10 goals scored in the game. Petrovitsky's pass is offside for a whistle. 6-4. Slovakia leading. Pace has been up and down. A firehouse game.
Well, the Slovaks, their coach, Filch, said in their loss to Germany, they said the tactics that Germany used didn't surprise them. He said they didn't move their feet and they didn't force the other team to play the style the Slovaks wanted, mainly because Germany got the lead. But I think he's much happier with their style of play in this one.
That bouncing puck ends upside of the net, centered off the defenseman's stick. It has to be covered. Got to make a save in your own player sometimes.
I like going to see my grandpa. We do lots of stuff. Sometimes we just hang out. One day we were sitting there and I said, "Grandpa, don't you work?"
No Load Mutual Funds from T. Rowe Price. Invest with confidence.
Well, we're back. Face-off's going to be just inside the white zone of Latvia.
You know, I said to you during the commercial, I said, you know, these players don't yell at the referees much. You know what? You don't, as you said, they don't have time.
Don't have time. When you got 15 seconds to get ready for a face-off, including a line change, you haven't got time to talk to anybody.
Oh, you can't go over and have a strong opinion one way or the other for the man with the striped shirt.
Got to keep your mind on what you're doing, or you may cause your team to be shorthanded on the ice. Bondarev's cleared it up the far side for Latvia. Hossa held it in once, not twice. Stumple. Littner is back to cover. Littner will take it back in behind the net. Veteran Littner gets a lot of ice time. Nashville, couple of years. Number 41 in blue. Broken up. Latvia. They're creating some turnovers here, but they aren't getting chances off it so far. Semyonovs dumps it behind the net. Semyonovs head in front. Backhand chance. Score! Screen set up in front. Makes it a 1-goal game.
He's an older player who plays in Sweden, and the story is he doesn't get old. His body never changes. It doesn't quit on him as he gets older. The brain kicked in here, and he was smart. He waited till the goaltender went down, bought some time by moving across, scores on the backhand, and we have a 6-5 hockey game with just over 15 minutes to go in the third.
Unbelievable play here in what is supposed to be the preliminary round, where the hockey's not supposed to be that good because the teams aren't supposed to be that even. Well, you better tell somebody, because the teams playing in this preliminary round of the 2002 Olympics don't know that. We've got a 6-5 game, 4:45. Velasquez gets the goal, his first Olympic goal ever.
As you look at Lidstrom talking to his players, he's got to be just charged now. They're within one. Gary, the old Soviet style was the coach in front of the players against the boards. He just went to the front of his players and had some words with them. The old Viktor Tikhonov style. Oh, and I don't think he was as nasty as Viktor was. Viktor, the old crusty coach of the Soviet Union, used to bark at his guys. This coach doesn't, but he was in front of his players with his back to the ice, talking to them.
Make sure you get the attention.
Oh, yeah.
Look him right in the eye.
Face-to-face, isn't
That's right. Peter Smarek, Slovakia. Boy, are they finding it hard.
Viktor used to coach with a blue suit on and brown shoes. And he used to bark at his guys, and they listened.
Look at that long pass up ice. Intercepted. Slovakia in blue, getting control. Good hit at center. Zippers on the left side. Nobody cutting to the net. Now we'll get some help. Shot off the defenseman again, covered up by Jan Lasik.
And the defenseman we've mentioned has left twice. Krastic, number 7 for Latvia, has now returned again. And look at Lidstrom work. You know, he coached in Lillehammer to a bronze as he was coaching Finland to a bronze in the Olympics there in 94. 95, he was coaching Finland. And get this, he's a Swede. He went to Sweden, won the World Championships in Sweden as a Swede, coaching the Finnish team. How's that a slap?
That's not a slap.
Whoa, baby.
But he was smiling about the whole thing.
He's a good guy.
Anytime you can do that, and at the age of 61, one of the most experienced coaches in international play. 6:20 into the third period. It is a 6-5 game. Slovakia in blue must win this game to keep their hopes alive. And remember, they lost to Germany 3-0. Wow, it's Latvia opened up with a 4-2 win against Austria.
Too many men on the ice, Slovakia.
Wow.
Too many men on the ice. Oh, Jan Filtz is looking over. The referee called this, not the linesman. And he had his hand up of 5 digits and put his thumb up from the other side and said 6. 6 plus the goalie 7. So
even in international play, you can't do that.
They had one the other night. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 at the bench. And the referee was over on the left side. He made the call. That looked like it was awfully close. This is the second time in 2 games the Slovaks have taken a too many men on the ice penalty.
Latvia made it to the Olympics by qualifying in the final tournament. In the qualifying tournament played in Austria. They were the last team to make it. And here they are looking to win their second game. The bench penalty at 6:34. Too many men on the ice. Latvia in white gets their 5th power play of the game. They have scored 1 power play goal. They get one here, and this game's going to be tied in the third period if they can do it. Krastic working one of the points, had that deflected. He'll come out to get it. Hossa trying to break out shorthanded. Now Latvia's got to get on sides. Krastic dropped that one back off the near side boards. They are on side. Ooh, could have been a trip there. They're not called and cleared out the center. Latvia trying to get on side, can't. Barteshko moved it in. Short-handed chance deflected. Lubos Barteshko with the opportunity.
The Slovaks, if they get the puck short-handed, they don't just fire it down. They bank it off the boards to a guy flying. And there's a dive as they try to get the short-handed goal.
Oof, bouncing puck gives a goaltender fits right there. Lasik will hang on.
Kurtz, number 21, took a big-time dive, tried to draw a penalty, and he's getting lectured at the blue line right now by the referee. Nice little conversation.
That's a first conversation. We were just talking about that. First time we've seen a player and a referee actually have a conversation.
Well, just watch as he tries to draw a 2-man advantage. A little wee tuck to the arm. Watch the feet go out. Sliding into second base.
Safe.
Hook slide.
He's safe.
Hook slide, a pretty good one.
Pretty good hook slide.
Yeah.
Lucky he didn't get called for unsportsmanlike conduct.
Yeah, he's lucky the umpire didn't say you're out.
That's right. 56 seconds left on this power play for Latvia. Wide open at a point. Score! They've tied it! Tremontis! You believe this?
Well, I'm not sure. This is a big, strong, physical defenseman who got everything into this shot. Catching glove side. We're 6-6. Oh, my. my, power play goal. Here we go, 6-6. With a reaction.
Oh, my. They have come from 3 goals down to tie this up. Trabunsis, 4 games played in the East Coast Hockey League. For some of you who may remember the name, he has just tied this game up at 6-6, 8:04 into the 3rd period. And Slovakia maybe thought this thing had been put away already. I mean, it's hard to believe after they suffered that 3-0 loss to Germany, but Slovakia now has got to come back and try and do it yet another time. Back down the middle on the chance. Empty net tied up. Loose in front. Parneve tried to take it. Little room at the other end. Belavsky's open. Belavsky's a shot. Hit the defenseman's leg. Far side. Pentelieves dumped it near side. Slovakia will come to get it. Boy, I'll tell you, Latvia, they've got the fires burning right now. Move to center by Campos. Near side. Hossa. Hossa got around 1 defenseman. He's not going to get around 2. There's a collision for you of major league size.
Penalty.
Alexander Kirsch with a hit. 6-6.
Has employed more Olympic hopefuls than any other company in the world. The Home Depot, proud sponsor of the U.S. Olympic team.
Alexander Kirsch elbowing on that check in the corner. Slovakia in this tie game will now go on the power play. 9 minutes into this 3rd period, their 5th power play chance of the game.
How much energy does the Slovaks have? At 3 lines rotating. How much energy do they have?
They're going to be tested in this 3rd period. Wisnowski dumped it to Hossa. Hossa, Dimitra, Lintner. Power play unit. Stumple's out there as well. Stumple heard from early, not since that 1st period. Lintner's chance will be held on to.
Gary, we talked about Latvia. They've lost 1 forward. The defenseman that they lost has been back. The Slovak team is on the power play because of this elbow by Kurtz right there, up high on Hossa. Caught him with the elbow, and he's gone. And the Slovak team, there's no TV timeouts. Quick face-offs. You don't have time to rest. Do they have the energy?
2 for 5 on the power play shot. That deflected wide. Wisnowski cutting in. 2 for 5. This is their 5th power play of the game. Blast save made to the near side. Now Uman's able to kick that one out of there. Short-handed chance, no. They'll rag it back into the zone here and finally clear it out the center. Belavskis. Short-handed opportunity in a 2-on-2. Centered. Blocked by Wisnowski into the corner. Wisnowski on Ozelinch. Ozelinch still short-handed, waiting for help. He got some. Down low. The man he passed to had gotten decked.
Yeah, he tripped himself up, I think, more than anything else.
Osa comes back the other way. Still 36 on the power play. Dimitra couldn't get it. Cleared by Latvia.
That's all penalty kill with 30 seconds to go on the Slovak power play. How about number 9? Belavsky for Latvia. He's 38 years old. They say his body hasn't aged. He looks like he's 18 years old.
And he's drawing a lot of ice time. Peter Smerik moves it in. Offsuit down the near side. Offsuit into the middle. His pass blocked. Still 14 left on the power play. Petrovitsky turning with it. Petrovitsky got knocked down. Serstich able to clear it out the length of the ice. 5 seconds left on the power play. Offsuit comes the other way with it. 2 to go. Power play over. Dimitra dumped it into the middle. Backhander went behind the net. We're back to 5-on-5. Dimitra on the near side. Leaves it. They got a Petrovitsky set up in front. The pass got blocked. Cleared into the middle. 2D back though. Offsuit will pick it up on the near side. He comes to the red. We are midway through, more than midway in this 3rd period. Petrovitsky leaves it in behind the net. Dimitra hooked down. Still on the ice. Petrovitsky moved up. It'll be cleared away, and this will be an icing called. What a finish.
Day 15, just 900 feet from the summit.
Day 15. Where's he going? Oh, hey, guys. Just gonna mail my credit card payment.
You mean you don't have a Capital One, no hassle card?
Want a choice of payment dates? Try Capital One's No Hassle Card. Plus, get the nation's lowest long-term fixed rates and no telemarketing.
What's in your wallet?
We are tied 6-6.
There's the coach, Lidstrom. He has his back to the ice surface. You never see this in North America. He is facing his players. He has marched up and down the bench. Right now he's talking to the defense. Earlier he was at the other end towards center ice talking to his forwards.
He's still got his back while play is underway to the ice. That can be dangerous. On the far side, Ignatyev's cleared it up, not out. Stumple! Put that one high. Off the glass and all the way up the half boards near side. Blue line held in. Stumple can't get it on the stick for the chance, though, and it'll be wheeled out of the zone. Cheva's got it out. Cheva's lost it. That'll create an offside. He created the offside himself.
Now, here's something just to think of. We're 6-6. Just over 8 minutes to go. The Slovaks need a win. And anything else is not acceptable. They may have to pull their goaltender to try to get themselves the winning goal, even if it's tied late.
There's no overtime.
No.
Each team gets a point for a tie, but a tie eliminates Slovakia. Eliminates them. They must win this game.
As Germany is 2-0 in the tournament with 1 game left, and that's against Latvia tomorrow. Tomorrow, right? I think.
Yes, Tuesday, actually. Let's check in with Darren Pang. Darren?
Hey, Gary, I just ran into Ziggy Palfrey downstairs in the hallway, and he came in. He fought a little bit of traffic here, was watching the game on TV, and came in here for the 3rd period. I said, I thought you were in L.A. He said, no, we got a private jet tomorrow morning that'll take us back there to Los Angeles to continue his play with the L.A. Kings.
How much does that hurt, huh? Having to watch.
Played 8 minutes, half a game.
That was the deal. To get him to come here to the Olympics, that was the deal made with Los Angeles. He'd only play in 1 game.
Dimitra back on the ice, number 38, the right winger for Slovakia. He's had 5 shots, but none in the 3rd. He had those 2-2 periods.
This is where you're going to look for their big stars. Dimitra got it in. Barteshko had it poke checked away back to center. Tremendous game here. There was a 3-goal advantage after 4 unanswered goals scored by Slovakia in the 2nd period. Here comes Latvia to tie it up. Now Dimitra leaves it in the middle. Petrovisky could not get to it. The last 3 goals have been scored here by Latvia, including one at 19:56 of the 2nd period. That was a very important goal to cut that lead to 2 and gave Latvia some fire to come into this 3rd period. Peter Smirk chased it back. He's been teamed up. Yaroslav Otsut near side. They've been out there defensively.
Latvia's got the legs in the 3rd period. The Slovaks' legs aren't there.
And if Latvia can get that odd man rush breakout with a long pass, they'll try and do it to get that lead. 13-15 into this 3rd. That's what we were talking about. They're hanging a man back along the blue line. Chavez tried to get it in, had it knocked away. Bonavaras tried the same, and it ends up in the seats. More to come.
I grill.
I grill with George.
I grill with George. George.
No, I grill with
George. Yo cocino con George.
I grill with George too.
The George Foreman Lean Mean Fat Reducing Grilling Machine is America's favorite grill and keeps on rolling with the new Wheel It and Grill It.
Now you can grill with me anywhere. Just wheel it, then grill it.
Majewski takes it back in behind the net. Ivan Majewski, Slovakia. He just skated in and then came back out with it, dropped off. Majewski tied up from behind here. Sandis Oselins, 18 in white, got a piece of him.
Guy post number 30 on the ice for one of his very few shifts. He's been the extra player for the Slovaks, so they're finding somebody with energy for a shift. He now goes to the bench.
Coaches love to do that. If they've got a guy who's been sitting, hasn't played very much, you figure you get him out there and he may have it.
But that tells you that there's somebody there on their team that doesn't have it.
Yep.
That means the Slovaks' fuel tank is running near empty.
Here's Stumple. Hosa's in the middle with him. Hosa giving chase into the corner, centered. Actually got a shot off. Held on to. Homas not giving up the rebound. Got to win if you're in blue.
Just 5.5 minutes to go. It is 6-6. Stumple on the ice. Latvia won yesterday, but had a terrible game regarding faceoffs. Now they're very important when they're in their zone, but look at the 38-year-old wins it.
It's playing maybe the game of his life. Fondu's with it, drops it back. Hossa was up in the check, tried to get it off at center, couldn't do it. Into the zone, Littner clears it right back out. This will be an icing call, whistle and a face-off.
The German team is 2-0. They'd love a tie, wouldn't they? Mm-hmm. They'd just love a tie.
Latvia's still in it if they tie. Won't hurt them, but as we said, for the Slovaks, gone if they lose or tie. And we are down 14:40 into it here. 5:20 left to go in this third. There is no overtime. Shot save made, just barely kicked into the corner. Lasik had some trouble with that one. Centering pass got blocked, picked up by Barteshko. Barteshko looking up ice. And Dimitra Petrovsky both cutting, and as a result, an offside.
Try that long bomb pass, but this team from Latvia ready for it. If this game ends up in a tie, though, that means that Germany could get away with a tie, right, against Latvia. So that means Latvia would have to beat them if this ends up a tie.
Latvia, Germany play on Tuesday. There you see the face-off numbers. Slovaks 30, Latvia 25. Held up behind the net. Lasik, Switzerland, and the Slovaks were the two teams expected to advance rather easily out of this preliminary round. Neither finding it easy. Shot, save made, rebound deflected straight up in the air. Two big saves. Elmas comes up big.
Barteshko with the rebound and the backhand shot.
Elmas blocks that one. Barteshko going into the corner. They keep that strong first line out there. Petrovsky in the corner. Pavel Dimitra trying to drop it back to him. Double team. Batted up into the air by Opsut. Up the near side wall. Opsut could not hold it in. Both teams changing up on the fly. This is a 4-on-2 opportunity right here for Latvia. Into the middle. Shot. Save made. Hit the bar and came out. Hit the post on the right side and deflected all the way to the near side boards. That would have been probably the nail that would have ended it right there. Into the corner. Pantelieves had gotten tied up as he's trying to get the backhand shot off. We'll keep an eye at the other end now. 16:06 left to go. You get down to that, what? 2 minutes, minute and a half, 1 minute?
Yeah, around a minute, I would think.
Hossa, save. Hossa reaching in for it. There was no rebound. Elmas had it.
Yeah, he moved out this time, mate. Look at the smile. You got to love it. That was on the Hossa shot earlier. The Slovaks got caught deep. Now 4-on-2 against them. Fake shot pass. Quick shot here. Right goalpost on the ice. Oh, was that close? Right goalpost on the ice. Man. There's a lot of fake shots by this Latvian team. They get people to drop, and then they hold the puck, go around. They need a squeegee now to take the snow away, I think, from around the goal net of the Latvian team. A shovel coming out. They're going to try to clear the snow away. It could work as an advantage for the goaltender. No, they're going all the way across the ice.
They're on the near side wall. Now the standings we're talking about. Two teams move out of this round and on. Two different pools. This is Pool A. We're looking at the goals for and goals against coming in. It's the goals for that matter. And there's the little cleanup job over there on the far side. The goals have come fast and furious in this game. Latvia in white. They pumped on 4 consecutive goals. Slovakia did in that second period. Latvia had to battle back with 3 unanswered to tie it on that last one at 7:43.
Now, the Slovaks have always been known as a team that has a wonderful set of forwards. But back in the goal net is where their problem is, and I think it's showing here.
Faceoff is won back by Stumple, but back into his own end. He drew it right between the 2 defensemen on the blue line. Littner coming back to get it. Near side boards held in. Latvia. Wisnowski in behind the net. He got taken off the play. Polavskis, what a game he's played. Poked it back to the near side. Tipped into the middle. Slovakia, Hossa. Hossa just tried to drop that off. Velasquez again back. Alexandros Velasquez. How old?
38. And they say, you know, when you talk to Artur Zerbe about his own team here, the Latvian team, he says he's like Igor Larionov, who centered one of the great lines in the history of the Soviet Union. Now playing in Detroit. He's over 40 years of age. A brilliant player. Will play in the Olympics for the Russian team.
Navia trying to put it away. Drop pass, Ozelinch into the middle, knocked up into the air. Dimitra's already out at center. Dimitra being joined by Barteshko. Barteshko couldn't get a shot off. Ozolinsh got back. Great back checking by Sandis Ozolinsh. Smerik able to hold it in. 17:23 into this third period. 2-on-2, 3-on-2. Latvia comes the other way. Slovakia needs a line change, and they get a break with that puck to center. Petroviski goes across ice to Dimitra. Dimitra the blast. Save made into the goaltender. Is there a call? No. Just a face-off at center.
With the incidental contact, I guess the referee blows the whistle, says face-off outside the zone.
If you interfere with the goaltender or stand in the crease and it's not a penalty, you can still have the whistle blown and a draw to center.
Wide ice pass by Petroviski. There's the shot by Dimitra, and you see the goaltender there. Ooh, that was close to maybe even being a penalty as Ribantsov went flying into the goaltender.
Back into the middle. Arteve's got it. Slovakia, they have to win this. They're in blue. They're running out of time. We're at the 2:02 mark left in this third period. Up the near side, deflected to center. And there's the announcement made. Less than 2 left. Wisnowski's pass intercepted. He'll come right back to get it. Drove it out to center. This is where we watch the Slovaks goaltender to see whether or not he gets pulled. That's going to be whistled on the offside.
I was watching the coaching staff. You're looking at Filtz. He's the head coach. They never even looked towards their goaltender. The goaltender now is slamming the stick. He wants the attention of the coaching staff. Say, hey, what are you going to tell me to do? When do you want me?
Nobody's looking at him.
Now Stasny up there realizes that's a great hockey mind. They still have not given him a signal. They haven't even looked at him. He was banging the ice trying to get their attention.
They never looked his way. Shot from center. He'll make the save. Ignatiev.
And Gary, quick face-off. He can't be out worrying about the coach. He's got to get back into the net.
That'll be dumped in and bounced off the glove. Yaroslav Obsut with a shot from center. Taken back by Belavskis. They move into the middle. Latvia with it. We're closing in on the 1 minute to go in the period. And now Slovakia's got to get control, get their goaltender out of there. They've got to win. Tie's no good for him, and there is no overtime. That'll be whistled on the icing call. And the faceoff's going to come back into the Slovak end.
Let's see if they're calling a timeout at the Slovak bench. Now they've called the timeout. The assistant coach has the clipboard out. He's trying to draw up a plan. He was talking to the head coach. The goalie over there now. Gary, I'm not so sure they I don't know.
I don't think they knew. I think they're shell-shocked over there, JD. I really do. There are some wide eyes with not much expression in them on that bench. They can't believe what's happening.
They have 1 minute, 6 seconds to try to win it.
To stay alive.
Yeah, exactly. And the team from Latvia, they would love to get a goal too and be 2-0 in this round.
Well, we've had upsets with Germany beating the Slovaks 3-0. A major upset. And now the Latvian team that hasn't played in the Olympics since 1936 has got a chance to pick up their 3rd point here if it remains a tie, or 4 points and tie Germany if they can come away with a goal and a win. And he's going back in net, obviously, because the faceoff's to the left of the Slovak goaltender. Stumpel dropped it off. Wisnowski with it. 1 minute left to go. 3rd period. Slovakia still in their own zone. Hosa's got it. There goes their goaltender to the bench. They'll get the extra skater. Hosa offside on the charge.
Dimitra on the near side went offside. Credit the staff. They realized their goaltender had to get to the bench. He now will come back and probably stand up high towards the top of the circle, since the face-off is just outside the Latvian blue line. So the coaches did realize it. There's now 50 seconds to go.
6-6 tie. A 6-3 lead that existed for the Slovaks in the 2nd period has disappeared into a 6-6 game. They get control. Littner sends it in. The goaltender heads to the bench. Now can't. He had to come back out. So he had to stay in. Latvia gets a 2-on-1. Into the middle. Poke checked away. Heading to the bench. The netminder, Jan Lacek, is out of there. Extra skater for Slovakia. 35-second shot. Save made on the deflection to the near side. Littner along the boards holds it in. Just dumped it in behind the net. Joseph Stumpel going over for Slovakia. Got tied up by Ozolinsh. The two NHLers do battle. Ozolinsh along the wall, able to kick it away. Skostic had it. He lost it. Into the corner. Petrovitsky. Petrovitsky leaves it. Dimitra looking. Everybody out in front of the net. Hossa trying to jam it home. Petrovitsky trying to jam it from the front. Can't. Tied up.
The goaltender pulled a Dominik Hasek. He let go of his goal stick with his right hand, and underneath that blocker, it's like a golfing glove. And he reached down with the glove where your fingers can move, and he snared the puck and grabbed a hold of it with only 6 seconds left. It'll be over to that side. He'll just reach back, snare the puck, and grabs it as Latvia calls timeout. 6 seconds left.
Nahomov's the 33-year-old in net who's looked shaky at times.
Yep. But he's found a way here to hang in as his team has shut out the Slovaks in the third period. His team was down 6-4, and they have scored 2 to tie.
Wow. Masayevsky has had a couple of goals in this game. Ozolinsh 4 assists. Nieves is 1-1. Tsipras is 2 assists. Peter Stastny, who masterminded the idea of the Slovak strategy of getting NHLers in and out rather than going with a national team, could be out of this in another 6 seconds.
Wild. One man back, Vishnevsky. Great job on the draw.
4 seconds left. Hossa tries to center. There's nobody there. Slovakia is gone. Latvia has tied it at 6-6.
And Latvia will play Germany, and they may have Artur Zerbe in goal.
What an amazing story in this first round. Latvia now with a win and a tie. They still have a chance to control their destiny. They need a win against the surprise team from Germany. Slovakia will play, but it won't matter for them. And the team that came in, of all the 8 teams in the preliminary round, Slovakia was the one that everyone looked at and said they should be the best of the 8. They're the first to go.
There's a guy by the name of Oljars Kalins, who was an ambassador to the United States for Latvia. He said having the Latvians in the Olympics is for them a symbol of winning the Cold War. And having them do what they're doing and have a chance to move on if they beat Germany, there's still that chance. Germany's in the driver's seat, but there's that chance. Artur Zerbe comes back. The Latvians salute all the fans here. You know, the Latvian fans here, there's a restaurant in the area that's Latvian. They had this team over on Thursday night for dinner to get to know them and welcome to the Salt Lake City area, which is very friendly. There's Sandis Ozolinsh. He was everywhere, even on the ice at the end of the game, as his team held on for the tie. And you're right, the Slovaks, a great group of people.
Oh, absolutely.
It's got to be so disappointing.
Devastated. Even the president of Latvia was on hand for the first game. We're not sure if he was here for this one. Probably was, to cheer his team on. So the Slovaks gone. Latvia, oh yeah, we're alive. Why? Because they've come away with a 6-6 tie, 3 points in the preliminary tournament now for Latvia.
We're all watching the news of the day, and the news of the day is impacting our money. You turn on the TV, you want to hear what President Bush has to say. You want to hear what the Defense Secretary has to say. That is impacting traders, investors. It's making us make changes in our own portfolios, because it doesn't need to happen in the world of business to make business news.
CNBC, business for the new world.
Every day, technology is party.
Lake City, the spirit of the Olympic flame burning brightly in Riga, Latvia tonight after Latvia comes back with 2 goals in a dramatic third period to tie Slovakia and preserve its chance to go on into the championship round. Darren Pang standing by with Sandis Ozolinsh of Latvia.
Thank you very much, Jim. One of the most prolific offensive players in the National Hockey League, and now we're seeing that in the Olympics. It was an entertaining game. I guess you realize now that you have eliminated Slovakia.
Yeah, well, it was definitely a high-scoring game. We came back from a 3-goal deficit in at the end of the second and then the third period. That it was a very important tie for us. I wish we could have won, but I guess we'll take whatever we got right now.
Well, it still puts you in a pretty good position to advance.
Yeah, well, next game is against Germany, and that game probably will decide who is worthy to play in final round of the Olympics.
I like the way you guys play as a team. A lot of offense, a lot of transition, it looked like.
Yeah, we have a lot of talented players from all over Europe, and they've been playing together for a while now. Most of the players played still in the Soviet Union league together, so they know pretty well each other.
Sandis, in the warm-up, it looked like you might have nudged that knee a little bit. I wasn't sure if you were going to be able to play, judging by the warm-up. You seemed okay.
No, I was all right. Just a little old injury. Tweaked it a little bit, but it's no big deal.
A little tired, fatigue, a lot of travel?
A little bit. I'll be a lot more tired in a couple hours.
Well, Sandis, thank you for joining us. Wonderful for your small country of Latvia, and hopefully Artur Zerbe will be there the next one.
Yeah, we really hope so. He's a big part of our team, and it would have been an unbelievable success for us if we made it to the final round.
Sure will be. Thanks a lot, partner.
Thank you.
Appreciate that. Jim?